Hello, everyone. This is another market moment with Randy Williams-Gurian. Hey, thanks for tuning in today. It's been an interesting kind of transition for the market. We've made it through the first quarter and we had that big rotation from growth to value as we saw the 10-year yield essentially almost double. And so that's really what's driving the rotation and causing growth to look less attractive at higher interest rates. I think, though, that there's a bifurcation even within growth. We had a lot of growth that was way overvalued, and that's really coming down. And those aren't the types of investments I think make a lot of sense. They were just being momentum type driven. Whereas the other growth, what we would call maybe the more stellar growth that we know is going to be there on a consistent basis, looks like they are starting to perk up, which tells me that maybe the run in interest rates isn't over, but it's probably not going to get out of hand. What I mean by that is I think if interest rates were to go to like 3% on the 10-year, I think we'd have real problems. We'd have an economy that would slow down with an amazing amount of debt, and we'd have this huge deflation problem that the Fed's trying to avoid. So I agree. I think rates are going to go higher. I don't know if they're going to go a lot higher. And again, it's all predicated on what happens with inflation. Everybody's talking about inflation, so we'll probably have some inflation. And the big question that everybody's been mulling about is the inflation transitory? And I think you really need to have wage inflation before we know. And I don't know that we have wage inflation yet. So with all of that said, I think what is going to happen is we're going to see earnings here in about 2 weeks. And I'm thinking that the earnings from these, what we call stalwart growth companies, are going to be very good, and that should keep the price on those stocks okay. And then as far as the rotation out of growth into value, does that last a year, 2 years, 3 years, or is it just sort of a slow migration back to growth once people realize the value trade has kind of run its course? Again, those are complicated questions I don't have the answers to, but things that we are definitely watching for our clients. And I think things that you should be looking at as well. Okay, so thank you again for tuning in today. And this has been another market moment with Randy Williams-Gurian.